Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Exiled Opinions, the show that YouTube absolutely hates, and we do not give a flying fuck about it. How you doing?
Rate the skate, you moist bandito.
Oh, Farty's showing up right on cue.
Party, how's it going, you big bag of fucking gas?
I'm not entirely sure what fucking day it is because I'm pretty sure it started 3 ago.
So we got
3 beers and 7 years ago.
8 beers and 9
and 7
scotches
days
ago. I'm sorry, I don't count days, I count number of drinks I've had. 12 scotches ago I was playing something.
Sounds like a better measurement of time, if you ask me.
So we got a couple of I guess dumb articles to get through. Most
A
of
couple.
a couple.
Only a couple.
Only a
a couple.
We only got 4 articles, and I want to get through the articles as quickly as possible. But we've extended an invite for Pete to come join the show if he's willing. If you're still in chat, Pete, we're back on Discord tonight, and I believe you have permissions to just hop on Discord and just join us in the Exiled stream if you want.
Come grace us with your presence, good sir.
I think I want to save this best one for last. Oh, he's at work. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. But thanks for hanging out with us.
Fun.
Thanks for hanging out.
Work.
We enjoy it. So let's
creepy little book. You have a job like a normal person. What are you doing?
Yeah,
you're supposed to. You're supposed to sit in the basement and do nothing productive with your life. What's wrong with you?
Nah, Pete's a working man. He's got stuff to do, unlike the rest of us losers, right, Farty? All right, so this.
Hey, Shandor, get it right. We're
Hey,
a bunch
Mr.
of
Monopoly,
drunkards. We're a bunch of fucking drunkards, not losers. Get it right. We're alcoholics, damn it.
Is there not a difference?
Now you need to get it right. I'm not a drunkard. I'm an Australian.
That's just a natural state of being for the Aussies, ain't it?
Yep.
And Mr. Monopoly, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it. So let's get into this first article and just, I don't know, let's just get this bullshit out of the way, because this comes from Polygon, and I feel disgusting for fucking clicking on the link. Long time sub, first time watcher. Thanks for your presence. It graces us. It helps us out. It inflates our ego a little bit.
It'll also increase your blood alcohol content.
On Fridays, at least. So this first one
Every
comes from
day's
Polygon.
Friday. What the fuck are you talking about?
I guess. So this first one comes from Polygon, and I just want to get rid of this one because I fucking hate Polygon. They're a dumpster fire.
It's Polygon.
Judgment localizers want catcalling scene to feel gross for players. A behind-the-scenes look at what localizers consider when bringing game to life for Western audiences by Patricia Hernandez. Just today, actually. Maybe like 6 hours ago.
And just like that, that is a drink. We're off to a strong start.
I guess. Doku just wants any excuse to turn everything into a drinking game.
One thing I notice about these catcalling complainers, the Sheilas that don't like being called being catcalled and stuff like that, you notice that they're all real fat, ugly fucking Sheilas, and they're like, "We don't like it when we're walking down the street getting catcalled." It's like, yeah, you wish, sweetheart.
They're jealous that they're not getting catcalled.
And Shandor, don't even try to pull that on me. You want catcalling to feel nasty for the players of a video game because get fucked. No, that's a fucking drink. That's drink for just pure cringe.
No, yeah, they just hang on. Mr. Monopoly says, "Have you seen Geeks and Gamers' latest video on Brie Larson and her fans?"
Oh God,
I don't follow Geeks and Gamers. I watch their videos sometimes, but not all the time.
You know what? I'll just sum that up for you real quick. Brie Larson wants to be part of the Star Wars universe. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, she also wants to do a fucking live-action depiction of Samus, and they need to go fuck themselves. Goatman, how's it going? He says it's time to go. It's time to goat serious. Nice dad joke there. Nice pun.
Oh, the dad joke's coming in strong today.
Yes, they are. So the article starts out. Scott Strickert, senior localization and producer for Sega of America, still remembers watching that viral YouTube video where a woman chronicles 10 hours of walking around in New York. While the clip is less than 2 minutes long, her trek across the city consists of non-stop, wall-to-wall verbal harassment. Cherry-picked. 2 minutes. Cherry-picked out of 10 hours of footage, mind you. The men have no idea who the woman is, but they feel entitled to make comments on her appearance left and right. Oh no, I remember that episode. I remember that video because that video was a social experiment. Right?
Oh, here's something like I bet you probably haven't realised just until now. It's sort of kind of like, isn't it funny how these women are saying that there's all this misogyny and shit going around, but there's also this gigantic fucking movement of blokes not actually fucking liking Sheilas anymore, like MGTOW and fucking all that shit. And I don't know. It almost seems like it's the women in their 30s, the ones that usually are ones that's talking about fucking like how there's no decent blokes in their area or whatever. You know, where are all the decent guys gone? Because all the decent guys are all MGTOW now, so they're trying to use
screeching drove them away, bitches.
Yeah, and now they're not getting catcalled anymore. And I reckon they're just like, well, if they're not going to catcall us, maybe if we tell them that it pisses us off, then they will catcall us, and then we can walk down the street and think, oh, they really like us.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Rules for thee, but not
So,
for me.
take a
you
drink.
Have a pee-pee.
Take a
Why
drink
do
for this
you not
dumb-
love me.
Take a drink for this dumb broad getting it all wrong, because it was a social experiment that just they didn't get the results they wanted, so they had to pay people to fucking catcall her. I remember that video now. Let's see. When he was watching it, Strickert had no idea that he'd later have to bring a similar scene to life in a video game. Stricter's job requires him to adapt Japanese video games for Western audiences. It's not enough to simply translate dialogue word for word. Strichter has to consider the meaning, spirit, and cultural context of a scene. The wrong word choice can change the entire nature of a sentence, if not the game as a whole. It's not a light job, especially as video game audiences bring more scrutiny than ever before to how video games differ across markets. Gee, I wonder why that is. It's almost like you call out an entire group of people for being something that they're not, and they get upset about it.
Gee, it's almost like certain products geared towards certain markets don't target other markets based upon, I don't know, your political ideology, because this video game is meant to, target an audience that is not you and the woke crowd. Gee, imagine my fucking shock.
God, this article is just one long complaint. I'm not going to bore you guys with the rest of this shit. I'll link it in the chat right now because, god damn.
Oh my god, those darn dirty Japanese video games that have the sexualized women with the big titties and the nice asses, and yeah, we can't have that. We need the Faiths and the Riri Williams and you darn Japanese anime weeaboo neckbeards sitting in your mama's basement. You can't have your entertainment.
This is more
Go
than
fuck yourself.
This is more than what I can stomach. Oh, they're bringing in a Japanese game. Those Japanese guys are fuck you. So let's get on to something a little more pop culture-ish, I guess. Talk about Dark Fate. Tim Miller says Terminator Dark Fate will scare the fuck out of misogynistic internet trolls.
Well, I know how we can sort of fix this whole let's keep fucking with Terminator. Stop calling it Terminator. Start calling it Turdminator.
There you go. We already know that's what's coming. We already know that's what's coming because it's gonna be a pile of shit. I don't think I've ever not enjoyed a Terminator movie. I'll be honest. I enjoyed Genesis. I enjoyed the one before that. What was it? Rise of the Machines.
that No Cunt can remember. No, there was one in between the two of those.
Yeah,
That's
there
the one that No
was.
Cunt can remember.
No one can remember it, but I enjoyed it when I sat down and watched it. It was forgettable, but I sat down and watched it and I enjoyed it.
Well, and let's just do a tally real quick. Terminator movies. Mother tries to save son, strong female character from futuristic killing machine. Uh, Terminator 2. Mother trying to save rebellious son from futuristic killing machine. Terminator 3. Son kind of seems like a weak little
No,
bitch.
You got it wrong. Okay, Terminator 1, mother tries to give birth to child who machines will try
Oh,
to kill.
okay, fair
Son,
enough.
Hang on.
Terminator 2.
Mother tries to get the root that creates the kid that she tries to give to birth.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you for further correcting me, Farty.
Well, and
Terminator
then
2
we have
is
female killing machine. That
yeah. I agree with Mr. Monopoly in the chat. He says Sarah Connor is fucking goddamn old, and no one is afraid of a wrinkly old bitch. Irate Prostate says marketing using SJW sales pitch plus piece of shit. Yeah, you can do the math for us there, Irate. Equals
this brings me to my point. When has the Terminator franchise, or for that matter, Terminator or the Alien franchise, ever been something that would scare misogynists? Because, yeah, if there was ever a point where you say, yeah, the women are gonna fucking save your ass, yeah, that's the franchise you're talking about.
Oh man! All right, let's shut up and get into this article because we're fucking vamping and not even talking about the article. We're just bitching for the sake of bitching. Doku, get your fucking beer ready. All right.
Oh god. Oh good god.
Do not interrupt me going into this one. All right. Just try not to.
I'll be counting, and I'll let you know how many drinks we have by the end of it.
Yeah. Major movie franchises such as Ghostbusters and Star Wars have been targeted by misogynistic internet trolls in recent years for prominently featuring female characters in leading roles. James Cameron's Terminator franchise has long been dominated by one of cinema's greatest female characters, Sarah Connor, and the upcoming reboot, Terminator Dark Fate, triples down on leading women by casting Hamilton opposite Mackenzie Davis and Natalia Reyes. Trolls started bashing the film the minute Paramount debuted the key art depicting all three women together. For director Tim Miller, that misogynistic backlash is meaningless. Miller, who broke out in Hollywood after directing Deadpool, recently spoke with Variety ahead of bringing Terminator Dark Fate to Comic-Con later this month. The filmmaker said Mackenzie's cyborg character Grace will be enough to get misogynistic internet trolls shaking in their boots. If you're at all enlightened, she'll play like gangbusters. If you're a closet misogynist, she'll scare the fuck out of you because she's tough and strong, but very feminine, Miller said. We did not trade certain gender traits for others. She's just very strong, and that frightens some dudes. You can see online the responses to some of the early shit that's out there. Trolls on the internet. I don't give a fuck. Paramount's official trailer for Terminator Dark Fate featured no shortage of female characters being total badasses. The highlight of the clip featured Hamilton, Sarah Connor firing a bazooka in order to defeat an evolved new Terminator cyborg played by Diego Boneta. While Dark Fate also features the return of a franchise veteran Arnold Schwarzenegger, the focus on a new generation of female characters. Dark Fate marks Davis's first leading role in a major studio action movie after having small supporting role in Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049 and Ridley Scott's The Martian. Miller said that Davis's character Grace plays the protector role in Dark Fate, similar to Kyle Reese in the original film. The main difference is that unlike Kyle, Grace is also a cyborg. It's a painful life, and they're scared and take a lot of drugs to combat the pain of what's been done to them. They don't have a long time, Miller said of the character. It's a very sacrificial role. They risk death to save others. And from the very first suggestion, it was always a woman We had to look for someone who has the physicality, but I'm very sensitive to actors. I didn't just want a woman who could physically fit the role, but emotionally as well. Mackenzie really wanted to do it. She came after the role. She worked harder than anybody.
Oh. Oh, you. I was just going by the usual the usual tally of what a drink
Let's
should
address
be.
the chat quick. I got to scroll back up a little bit. Mr. Monopoly says James Cameron is milking a franchise. Yes, he is. Goatman says most of the people that watch these movies are men. Who would have thunk it? Herpicus, glug glug glug. Yes, Doku, we are gonna die. Goatman says no Mexican maids for Arnie's character. Yeah, who's he gonna beat on?
So hey chat. Let's take a bet real quick. I actually was keeping a legitimate tally of how many drinks that was. Throw your guess in the chat. How many drinks do you think?
Oh man.
Is it me, or during that article did it say that like all the characters now are all on drugs just so they can cope with what happened before?
No, the cyborgs that okay, so the lead cyborg character in this movie, that Butch, I wouldn't even call whatever I'm looking at a Butch. But the lead cyborg has to take a lot of painkillers.
Well, chat,
But
you got 30 seconds until you get the answer
I
of
were
how
the-
many drinks you think it's gonna be.
Yeah. Herpicus says 25. But I would hazard to say that the entire cast was on drugs because, oh, men are afraid of women in leading roles. No.
I've just had a really, really, really bizarre thought, right? You know how, like, there's fucking Crack magazine and all that, they sometimes do, like, you know, hidden stories about certain things, like Rugrats was actually supposed to be about the older girl. She actually accidentally killed one of the babies or something like that, and it's just a part of her imagination, her coping mechanism. Shit like that, where you find out that, like, the whole story was really, really fucking dark, like, you know, but it was all made out to be all nice and happy and shit. And that, like, the entire Terminator series is a story of a young waitress who somehow meets up with some low-life junkie cunt who gets her hooked on heroin, and all the stuff with Terminators and stuff like that, it's all drug-induced psychoses from all the heroin she's been doing her entire life. That's why she looks like an old, wrinkly, junky old bag nowadays, too, because, yeah, it's like none of this has all happened. It's all in her head.
Well, now that that's all been said, chat, you should be concerned because I went outside to grab 2 more beers. That's number 1. And that's number 2. Here's your real number. 42 drinks.
Oh my god. How did you come up with 42 drinks?
I counted every single my women's, my misogyny. It's 42.
No, it's
42.
because 42 is the answer to the universe.
Right? That's the
Haven't you ever watched Hitchhikers?
Well,
Yeah,
you know what?
ever watched Hitchhikers?
Maybe we're truly living in fucking hell because I fucking guarantee you
Herpicus.
it's 42 fucking
Oh my
drinks.
god. Okay, Herpicus says that's what we call a reverse trap. He also says I've got a thing for fit chicks, and my dick just shriveled up looking at her picture. And in
I'd still fuck her.
Huh?
I'd still fuck her.
I bet you would, Farty. You've got permanent beer goggles.
Mhm.
Herpicus, in response to the 42 drinks, says, "Holy dog shit."
I wasn't even including name drops in that. I was just including the my misogyny, my feminism kind of bullshit. If I included the name drops, we'd be looking at something around
60?
65, 67.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
this-
no. Every
This is a
time-
record. This is a record. Holy shit.
Herpicus says, "You and Nurgle have no standards, Farty." Goat Man says she's a 2x4. I'd say more like a 2x1. You can crack that shit really easily. Um,
What site was this article from?
IndieWire.
Oh,
I should have put it in the
God,
chat. Wait.
that makes sense.
Okay, yep, that's going in the chat if you guys want to read it and have your own little field day with it. Leave your comments as you will.
if you don't want to die from liver failure, just take a drink for every time misogyny pops up. That's still around 12 or 13.
Yeah,
It's bad.
No, I'm
That's
not going to agree with you there.
terrible.
But it's like they have this blind spot for movies that did really well, right? Aliens did really fucking well, and I'm gonna stop bringing Aliens up because right now it's just it's getting tired, right? Alien, right? Had a female lead. No one batted an eye. Everyone's like, all right, cool. Halloween had a female lead from the very beginning. Cool. No one batted an eye. Right? Then they did a whole bunch of stupid shit with Halloween. And everyone's like, dude, come on, man. What the fuck? No one complained about a woman lead. They complained about the stupid shit in the Halloween franchise. Right?
Gee, it's almost
Alien?
like we don't care if it's a male or female lead. We just care about, maybe the story actually fucking good and the lead actually makes sense for the role that they're playing.
Right. And then
Well,
you
he's
remember...
Fucking
too
shocker.
Here's two more to chuck into that list too that no one ever seems to want to mention. You see, like all these fucking feminists want to say that they want the representation and they want all of this stuff and all this kind of shit. You had your chance. Where the fuck were you cunts during Cutthroat Island and fucking The Last Kiss Goodnight? Gina Davis was a fucking mad actor. I really liked her. She's one of those actresses that I think was totally underrated, overrated, and underrated, sorry, and underutilized. They fucking wasted her. But she had two action movies herself where she was the lead. She was the fucking captain of a pirate ship in one, and the other one she was like fucking Jason Bourne and James Bond all rolled into one. Yeah. Jason Bourne with tits.
Wasn't enough.
But like,
and that was even Sam Jackson movie too. That one.
Yeah, and then I remember Alien, right? Remember the only complaint anyone has ever had about Aliens was fucking Resurrection?
Yep.
Oh, God. And we don't speak of Alien Resurrection.
That wasn't because of a fucking... That wasn't because of a female lead, alright? What about fucking Prometheus? Everyone got apeshit because Prometheus was just... It was a mess. I love Prometheus, right? I'm one of the few people
I really liked that movie. And if anybody doesn't agree, I will fucking debate you.
It was fun to watch.
I love Prometheus. No, the reason people hated Prometheus is because it was a movie that wasn't a direct prequel to the Alien franchise.
No.
And it had It wasn't a direct prequel. You can't argue that it was, but what it did do is it flushed out the universe a little bit better than what we had prior, and they didn't explicitly state what the black goo and everything was. It was a little loose-handed.
The problem with Prometheus and subsequently Covenant were that everything they did, they kind of...
Covenant... Real quick. Covenant was fucking garbage.
Hold on. Just let me get this out here. Everything they did with Covenant and Prometheus, they didn't really go into much detail with. They had the idea of a larger franchise that they just couldn't get off the ground because they spent too much time dicking around. And then when it came time to produce the final cut, they didn't have anything ready, so they just threw shit at the wall and hoped it would stick. That's the problem with Prometheus. And I enjoyed Prometheus because it works kind of as it works better as a horror movie than it does as other genres. And they do a lot of things that I like in Covenant, but it was still a terrible movie, right? Prometheus was still a terrible movie. But
Well, no, okay, I'm gonna give you pushback. Here's where Prometheus works. Prometheus gives you enough information about the engineers and the origins of the xenomorph that you don't know enough about them, so it still maintains the horror element because they are still mysterious. It's not an A B C D. Here's your
focusing-
explanation.
I think you're
Here's
focusing
your-
on the wrong things here, Doku.
Well,
The point that I was trying to get across.
Let me
I
finish.
understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying.
No, but still, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Prometheus gives you enough to understand what the origin of the xenomorphs and the engineers are without handing you the explanation on a silver platter. Where Covenant fucks up is the same reason that Last Jedi fucked up. There's at least 2 or 3 movies in the middle between point A and point B that are just missing. That's why Covenant was just garbage. I mean, granted, it was fun to watch if you're drunk as balls. Prometheus at least had enough behind it from a lore aspect that, okay, yeah, this kind of makes sense. I don't know 100% what
I was
makes
trying
sense
to
about
get
it, but
across,
it-
Doku, had nothing
but
to
it-
do
it-
with the
there's
movies.
something
We're
there.
not dissecting. You're focusing on the wrong thing, Doku. We're not dissecting the movies. We're just saying the movies were shit. All right.
Oh, I'm
And
talking about lore. I'm talking about lore. It fits for the universe.
That's fine, but that's not what we're talking about right now, Doku. You just went completely off the rails. It's like, hey guys, how's it going? Anyone want some chocolate cake? And he got, oh man, I love fucking dudes in the butthole. Where the fuck did that come from? You know? It's like, how
Well, just
did
real quick, getting back to Gina Davis. Here's 2 more movies, right? The fucking females don't like to remember. A League of Their Own, where the entire fucking cast was strong female leads. And then there was that other Gina Davis movie that she did back in the day, you know, Turner and Hooch. Thelma and Louise.
Oh,
2
what's
female,
the,
strong female leads. You remember? You notice how they don't fucking mention those 2?
Yeah. What about fucking Pretty Woman? What about Working Girl? Again, really strong female leads in these movies. There were a ton of them in the 80s and 90s that were really fucking good. And no
Well,
also,
also
let's-
Working Girl, Dustin Hoffman in drag.
What's that?
Real quick, let's look at a
Hold on.
more
What'd you
recent
say?
movie.
What'd you say, Farty?
It wasn't Working Girl, Dustin Hoffman in drag.
No, I think that was Tootsie.
Ah,
Yeah, that was Tootsie. Working Girl was what the fuck? This lady goes to work for a big company and she like works in this office building. It's been a while since I've seen it. But she's just trying to do her job, you know. She gets up, goes to work, comes home. You know?
Well, no. So again, look at a more recent movie. She might not be the lead, but look at Hancock. You could argue. The female character in Hancock arguably is much more important than Will Smith's character.
Fucking look at Westworld, all right? As much as an SJW cunt the lady that plays Dolores is, Westworld is still a really good fucking show, and it all revolves around Dolores. Like, come on. Like, seriously.
Here's another one. The Charlize Theron one. It's a fucking The 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, where she's playing the one teaching the main character how to be a man.
Yeah. So you have all of these movies with really powerful, really good, really well-casted, well-written, well-rounded female lead characters, and everybody eats them up. Nobody bats an eye. But as soon as someone says they don't like something that has a female lead because it's poorly fucking written, then boom. We have amnesia. We don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Wonder Woman doesn't exist. Fuck you.
Well, again, let's just call it for what it is. If it's not
It's selective
pandering,
memory. It's selective memory is what it is.
well,
If we're
real quick, to a point, yes, but what it really boils down to, if if the message of the movie and the narrative plotline does not pander to a specific political ideology, it might as well not exist. Because there have been plenty of movies with strong female leads, strong female characters, and nobody ever gave a damn about the fact that it was a woman that was a strong character or female lead. It was a good story, and those characters, we liked them. They had good character development.
Alright,
They
yeah.
made sense. That's
But
what it boils down to.
how
It's
many
just
times-
it's all about fucking Shandor, correct me if I'm wrong. The only reason that they get mad about this is because it doesn't pander to a specific type of female lead.
I can't comment on that. Look, how many times are we gonna have this discussion that it's just in their fucking heads? How many times are we gonna try and beat them in the fucking face with, no, you are wrong. These are the reasons why you were wrong. How many times? Mr. Monopoly wants to know what we're talking about and then says, oh, Ghostbusters 2016 syndrome. Pretty much.
Hey,
Ghostbusters
you know what?
2016 was arguably the movie to set this all off.
Now, with
Okay.
that, like with the Ghostbusters 2016 thing, I actually came up with a different theory this morning about that. It's kind of like they figured out the thing with the action figures could possibly work with the movies. So, like, you've got all the 15 different Batman Arkham fucking Knight or Arkham Asylum series bloody figurines,
Okay.
and they're all exactly the same thing except for,
Before you
the
continue,
bat symbol on this
Fergie.
one's silver or this one's fucking yellow or something like I reckon they're going to start doing this with the movies soon. Like, they're already starting to, like, now we've got a female Ghostbusters, we've got a black Ariel. Next thing you know, James Bond's going to have a vestigial tail just for shits and giggles and,
He's gonna have a
shit
dick
like that.
coming out of the back of his head.
And
okay.
the whole thing with the merchandising and all this kind of stuff, it is going to get that ridiculous that, like, they can interchangeably do all of this stuff. Like, like literally have the three 3PO dolls. One's got a red arm, one's got a fucking silver foot, right? And then we're going to have fucking bloody Avengers Endgame come back out again in another few months, but they're going to redub it or re-edit it with a blue filter. So it's going to be Avengers Endgame in blue, and then 6 months from then, they're going to do it again in yellow. So you're going to collect the whole DVD series of all the different color variations of fucking Avengers Endgame. I reckon they're going to
You
do
know
that
what?
soon.
What? I'll just sum it up. Yeah.
Here's
Rip-
how much I wanted Ghostbusters 2016 to
real-
succeed.
real
No,
quick,
no,
real
no,
quick,
no,
sh-
before-
real no, no.
Shut your cock holster. I'm
I
pulling rank right
I
now.
don't wanna.
I'm pulling rank
Fuck
right now.
you. All right, fine.
You wish.
Fuck you.
could.
Fine.
You wish you could.
Perfect. Fine. Go for it. Then I'm going after.
Here's how
You can
much
spit on his
I
back later.
wanted 2016 to succeed. I wanted Ghostbusters 2016 to succeed. I wanted to be proven wrong about the bullshit that I thought I was going to see in the movie, and I did. I wanted to be proven wrong, right?
Oh,
I was so
anyone who was a
so-
Ghostbusters fan wanted that movie to be good. Why
I
wouldn't
was
you?
so hopeful that everything that I had seen was wrong, that I still own the 2016 Figbuster figures, all of the figures. Okay, I own the Figbuster Roleplay Proton Pack toy. I own the Figbuster Subway playset toy that comes with a couple of Ecto Minis. I own
See, now, if they called it Feedbusters and then fucking made it off as like a fucking scary movie parody, that would have been 10,000 times better. I would have wanted to actively watch it then.
Yeah, no, it probably would have worked better if they had just made it a parody. But the point that I'm trying to get across is I wanted it to succeed. So anyone who has any fucking problem with me saying Ghostbusters 2016 is a pile of shit that should probably be avoided by most people, you can just fucking miss me with that shit. Go ahead, Doku.
Alright, you give me two things to talk about now. First off, if you're a fan of a franchise, the last thing you want is to see that franchise fail. Do you think as a Star Wars fan, do you think I wanted to see The Last Jedi be a piece of crap? No, I wanted it to be good. Do you think I wanted Ghostbusters 2016 to fail? No, I wanted it to be good. I wanted the Oceans, the most recent Oceans movie. I wanted it to be good. I'm fans of these franchises. I don't care if it's a female fucking lead. I just want the franchise to be fucking good, and it's not. It has nothing to do with the fact that it has a female lead. That's a fucking excuse and a shield to hide behind, because when Hollywood produces a garbage cash grab movie, they can just turn around and say, oh, you're a racist or a sexist or a misogynist. No, you're just producing crap. Like, it has nothing to do with the fact that there's a female lead or a lead that is of a certain ethnicity. That's a fucking excuse.
Let me know when you get your other thing talked about, because there's some
Yeah,
chats that I want to talk. Bring
and
up.
the second thing is, and this is not something I'm going to rant about. I'm just going to surmise the SJW view on cinema and creative validity. Admiral Hodo good, Sarah Connor bad. That's the mentality these assholes have. Admiral Hodo is a fucking shallow shit character, and Sarah Connor, a strong fucking female lead, they completely fucking ignore her existence.
I think you've just invented a new G.I. Joe villain, but
I might have.
we're looking at some chats. Jelly Duck wants to know if if Ghostbusters 3 is really happening. Yes, it comes out June 2020. I believe June 10th, 2020. If I remember the date correctly. Mr. Monopoly says, speaking of Black Ariel, did you guys watch Yellow Flash's video on The Little Mermaid and how there was fake outrage on Twitter? I did not. Did you guys?
I have.
Okay. Farty?
No.
All right. Jelly Duck says, if there's a Black Ariel, why not make Mary Poppins Mexican? Jelly Duck, by the way, is I want to say Muslim. I could be wrong, but Jelly Duck, correct me if I'm wrong. And he comes from the Middle East. I forget what country. I'm sorry, Jelly Duck. I know we talked about it at one point. I just forgot.
Well, he's still talking to you, so it's obviously not the ones you knew.
Since we brought up
hold on, there's still a couple chats. There's still a couple chats.
Okay, go for it.
Mr. Monopoly says there should be a white Shaka Zulu.
Shaka Zulu!
And that someone's been taking notes from Nurgle. Jelly Duck has given me a pass because I've forgotten where he's from.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, and then Herpika says, I'm in that Star Wars boat with you, Doku. Have a shot in memory of Star Wars. I member.
Well, that's a drink then, I guess.
Drink from member berries.
Member berries. Oh boy, that's kind of hashtag member berries.
Jelly Duck says he's not offended. I am great. I'm grateful that you're not offended. I am.
Okay, so I don't want to dwell on this too much because it's such a nonsensical.
Yeah, we got a couple more fun things to get into.
Yeah, so I just want to touch on the Halle Bailey playing Ariel. I'm so fucking irritated with everybody like, you just don't like it because she's black or this. No, and Doomcock actually probably said it best. These characters, we know these characters. They're established. We know who they are. They have a specific image, a specific visage. Like when you see Cinderella, when you see Ariel, when you see Jasmine, you expect to see a certain character. So yes, there is a certain image that you expect from these types of characters. Now, that's not to say that you can't have someone like Halle Bailey playing a certain character, but I'm sorry, she's not Ariel. And when it comes to fictional characters like this, yes, image is an important part of the character. Read any book. Look like that's like saying Frodo is a 9'5", Asian man. No, you expect Frodo to look like Frodo. You expect Gandalf to look like Gandalf. You expect Jon Snow to look like Jon Snow. It's retconning the character. It's the same reason that, even Marvel is smart enough to not pull this shit. They're not gonna say Miles Morales.
Surely they did change
even-
Tony Stark in the comics to look more like fucking
They did.
RDJ.
Yeah, but
So-
you know what? At least, but that's yes, there is a point there. But what I'm gonna say is that's not even what they're doing. That's subtle. What they're doing is they're saying Miles Morales is Peter Parker when it comes to the casting of Halle Bailey with Ariel. Yeah, that is not an alternate universe. That is not, completely changing up the story. No, it's completely retconning the character on every single fucking level. That's saying Miles Morales is Peter Parker as Spider-Man. That's why people are pissed. They don't care about the fact that it's a black chick playing fucking Ariel. No, maybe it's Ariel's sister. Maybe it's Ursula's sister. Who the fuck knows? But
Maybe it's
do
Ariel's
something-
granddaughter.
And also, it's kind of a spit in the face of any let's be politically correct. It's kind of a spit in the face of any person of color, because you're not even taking the fucking time and effort to create an original character. Maybe the character played by Halle Berry is actually Ariel's mother or her sister or her stepsister. Create a new character, create a new story, do something different. You really want some good
No, the biggest
representation?
insult in that,
Give 'em-
I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback here, Doku. The biggest insult is that
Okay.
people who are like, we need the character to be race swapped, we need it to be gender swapped. These people are basically getting leftovers, and they're fine with getting leftovers.
Oh yeah, that's actually even more. Okay, I'll agree with that. That's actually even more sad. It's like, are you really satisfied with just having an already established, well-loved character just getting race swapped for the sake of, well, I need my representation? No, dude, you should want an original character. You should want something good. You should want something even better than the original. Why are you gonna settle for essentially what's left over? And the thing is, I'm not even mad about the casting of Halle Berry. I've looked at some of her singing. She has a great singing voice. That's awesome. That's perfectly fine. I don't care about the fact that she's black. What I care about is the fact that you're completely retconning a character that people are already very familiar with, and just want to force feed it down everybody's throats because mud diversity. Everybody should be pissed about that. Fuck that, dude. No, give me a new original character. It's sort of like what you did with Frozen. Disney, I know you got the fucking talent for it. Floating around somewhere. Give me Ariel's sister. Give me something good. Don't just try to retcon shit so you can pander to people because of magender. No, fuck off. That's lazy. It's a cash grab, and it's lazy. It's a cash grab, and it's honestly kind of insulting.
I think you've just identified the name of the hair color that some of these fucking feminists actually use. The purple hair dye. It's not actually purple or anything. It's all called magenta. It's a variation of magenta.
But yeah, we're spending too much time on the wrong thing.
I had to get that off my chest because it's been annoying me. If you really want to bitch about something, though, bitch about Disney doing fucking garbage live-action remakes.
Yeah. Couple chats here. Jelly Duck says Disney ruined childhoods. Mr. Monopoly says, but she's a fictional character and it's not for you. Herpika says, I hate it when they say it's not for you, and if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't those two things contradict each other? Herpika says they're saying black people are only worth sloppy seconds. Big oof. That is definitely a big oof. Monopoly says, bring this up on Stream of Corruption tomorrow, Doku.
I will indeed do that because it is something that irritates me, and I'm not gonna spend long on this. I will just say I'm really, really fucking annoyed with the woke crowd trying to retcon whatever the fuck they can get their hands on just because mud diversity. If you actually really gave a shit, do something good. Show some representation. I mean, hell, Mulan actually looks pretty fucking good.
I don't think I'll watch it because I didn't really care for the original. But let's push on. Unless you want.
Just repeat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of got a new yardstick for movies. How I can rate them, and it's just basically on how I react when I've watched it. Because there was the end game scene where Scarlet Witch shows up, and I just instantly go, yeah, and then they took it away from me. I'm like, oh. But it's like when I actually see a scene in the movie, and I'm actually like, yeah, that's when that was fucking perfect. I'm really fucking enjoying this, and even at the end when Tony Stark he does and I'm Iron Man, that was like I was thinking that just as it was happening, it was like and he should say he did fucking now Shazam. Last night I watched that, and there were two specific moments where I rewound it 3 times just because the bit was that good.
You're lying.
Now, no, right, and the 2 bits are I'm gonna spoil the end of it for you.
Go for it.
Is that right? The main character is this kid. He's in a foster home, and one of the 5 other kids in there is this little black girl. Now, there's a crippled kid, and this black girl find out that this other kid is Shazam. And the crippled kid's all in with it, no worries, wants to be sidekick and shit. But the little girl's like, the stereotypical, she's going to fucking blab and all this kind of stuff. And you're thinking, oh, here we go. And she swears that she's not going to tell. And there's the part where, this is the part where she's going to fuck it up and blab it, but no, she doesn't. And then there's the part where the rest of the kids that don't know are starting to figure it out. Because it's not this Clark Kent, puts on sunglasses and that's his disguise bullshit. It's like these kids have just taken no time at all to figure this shit out. And you see the scene, there's the little black girl in the lounge, there's the other two other kids there, and there's another girl, and there's you see the cogs going, and then hey, wait, do you mean what's his face is actually the sparkly testicle or whatever the fuck they called it? And then the little girl is like, yes, I'm a good sister, I didn't blab. And I'm like, oh, that's right, you didn't too. Yeah, fuck yeah. You go, girl.
Oh my God.
And then there's the end, right, where the crippled kid, he's been bullied by these 2 cunts the whole movie, right? And then he says, there's the part where he tries to fend them off, oh, yeah, I'm best mates with Shazam, and, of course, oh, yeah, good on you, fuckwit. And then there's, the end scene, right? So the crippled kid's in class, or he's in lunch break or something he's the cafeteria, and no one wants to sit with him, and then all of a sudden, the other kids that live with him, they sit down with him, and then fucking Shazam walks in, and then you see these 2 bullies just oh fuck, and then fucking he sits down, and he's like, hey man, my bestest buddy in the world, and all this kind of stuff, and had a chat to a friend and seen if he wanted to join us. And then, the scene sort of cuts to this other sort of angle, and you just see the Superman suit walking across the screen, and it was a kind of we'll fix these bullies. Not his fucking Shazam going to show up to tell him to get fucked, but I'm bringing fucking Superman too. And it's that's how you fucking tell him, cunt. I rewatched that a few times. I had to rewind those 2 little sections. It was that was really well done. That's how you do it. So now, if I get fucking reactions like that, that's a good movie.
That's Farty's high bar then.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. Scarlet Witch is more powerful than Captain Marvel, and if Kevin Feige thinks otherwise, he's
Wrong.
a fucking idiot.
I'll tell you why you're wrong after this article. This article is from it's talking about Facebook. So you guys ready? I know I'm sure some of you have already read some of this shit, but
I think I've already discussed this too.
Here we go. Facebook is losing luster with some of its customers as Pew Research finds that a significant shares of its users have changed their relationship with the social media network during the past year. According to the report, 42% of Facebook users have taken a break from the platform during the past year, while 54% of those are 18 and older. Told Pew Research they have adjusted their privacy settings during that time frame. Meanwhile, 42% said they have taken a break from checking the platform for several weeks or more, while 26% said they deleted the app from their smartphone. Pew Research found that 74% of Facebook users have taken one of those actions during the past 12 months. The research firm says the research firm surveyed U.S. adults from May 29th to June 11th following news of the Cambridge Analytica scandal, in which the now defunct political consulting company accessed the information of Facebook users without their consent. The survey also found that majority of the Republicans think that social media platforms in general censor political speech. No, they do. Not think. They do. Fuck yourself. That's a drink right there. They don't like, but an equal number of Democrats and Republicans use the social media network. Republicans aren't more likely than Democrats to take a break from Facebook or delete the app despite their view. No, Republicans are more likely to get booted.
And also X to Doubt, and also Hello Cthulhu, thank you for joining us.
Hey Cthulhu, had to take me medicines and shit. Yeah, that's a rough ride, man. Among the users taking action to protect their privacy, Pew Research found that younger Facebook users are more likely to adjust their privacy settings or delete the app from their mobile phones. Of those between 18 to 29 millennials, 44% said they opted to delete the Facebook app during the past year, which is close to 4 times the share of users age 65 and older that are deleting the app. This is just a drop out of the bruising tree, isn't it? The report stated that only 1/3 of Facebook users 65 and older have adjusted their privacy settings compared to the 64% of younger Facebook users. The survey also found that since Facebook updated its privacy settings to make it easier for users to access the data Facebook has collected about them, only 9% have downloaded that data. Of the users that did download their data, close to half of them have deleted the app, while 79% changed their privacy settings.
This puts a smile on my face.
I'm not going to... Well, you know what? I should get into the latest insights. Our data and analytics team has developed a number of creative methodologies and frameworks that measure and benchmark the innovation that's reshaping the payments and commerce ecosystem. The July 2019 AFI Innovation Readiness Playbook examines how... Okay, they're just pimping their fucking book.
Real quick, later, Herpicus. Have a good one, dude.
Take it easy, man.
So yeah.
Don't stay too sober. Mr. Monopoly says, glad I'm part of Gen Z. You're probably not even on Facebook, are you? Or have never made a Facebook account.
Which one's a Gen Z?
They're the ones after the millennials.
Oh, right, okay. It's funny how, like, yeah, I just sort of, yeah, as you were talking, I'm sort of sitting here thinking, you know, these fucking millennials, like, I was only joking when I used to call civilians cattle and stuff like that, but we are literally talking about, like, the millennials as if they're fucking cattle. It's like, oh, yes, we'll look on this ecosystem and see what happens. Let's introduce a Facebook. They seem to like it. All of a sudden, they're going away from it. Oh, what happened? Oh, this is rather interesting. Oh, we must study these little creatures.
Yeah, even Mr. Monopoly deleted his account. Like, I have a Facebook account, but that's only because whenever I try to delete it, my wife screams, no, you can't delete it. It'll say I'm not married to anyone, even though it says I'm married. It won't say I'm married to you.
You should delete it anyway.
I should delete it anyway. Yeah, Facebook is getting a pounding. And
good.
Yeah. Mr. Monopoly says Gen Zers are born between 95 and 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the very end of Gen X. I was born in 83.
Yeah, that makes me millennial, but that also explains why almost everybody my age hates my fucking guts. And to that, I can say, suck my dick. I don't care.
So, Facebook is getting beat up. Do we really need to talk about that?
Well, there's the other half of it where they've retconned their hate speech policies and all this kind of stuff. To literally, this is the crux of the problem.
Oh.
You are not allowed to say shit against people who Facebook say you cannot. However,
unless
also, you can't threaten normal people. So, like, I can't get on your Facebook page and threaten to kill, harm, or do stuff to you, unless Facebook themselves have said, Frank Shandor, you're a cunt on our cunt list, and now Fardy is allowed to threaten your life and the life of your family and all this kind of stuff.
We are an organization after all.
the crux of the problem is now Facebook is now going to determine who is a cunt or not.
Oh, in Farty, it's not even that. It doesn't even matter if you're on their quote dangerous persons list. But if the media has determined that you are a dangerous person, then, well, perfectly fine to threaten your life, livelihood, well-being, and that of the life, livelihood, and well-being of your friends and family and everybody you're associated with
perfectly
by
okay to commit
Facebook's
a
own
crime.
fucking rules.
Because Facebook says so, it's okay to commit crimes.
Hmm.
So let's get into let's get into the fun article. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Farty, you're gonna love this one as well because you know what happens when people try to sneak on to an airbase.
Oh, this okay,
Alien
yeah, this is a
hunters
fun one.
planning summer raid
Oh,
on top
fuck
secret Nevada
off.
airbase. Seriously.
Oh, they didn't try and get into Area 51 again.
Oh, they're trying. Nearly 220,000 people have signed up for a Facebook event planning a late summer raid on Area 51 in the Nevada desert to
Oh,
see them
no.
aliens by running really fast en masse like a cartoon ninja at the secretive Air Force facility.
Right, now, if the local copper does not do a single thing about this, he is going to be done for fucking murder. Because if he does not stop this from happening, there's going to be a lot of dead cunts fucking wasting away in the Nevada fucking desert.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jelly
The
Duck
next
says
season- the
alien
next-
hunters.
The next season of Naruto looks lit as fuck.
Mr. Monopoly, stop watching Ancient Aliens and shows like it for fuck's sake. Area 51, also known as Homey Airport, is infamous for the alien conspiracy theories that have centered on it since the 1950s. Most famously of all, it supposedly stored what was found at the site of the notorious and thoroughly debunked Roswell UFO incident. The joke event, titled Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, is scheduled for 3 a.m.
They fucking can.
They can. September 20th, and was set up by a Facebook page dedicated to shitposting memes and Smealy-Coon, who streams
That's actually
himself
what we
on
need to
Twitch
do.
playing video games.
That's actually what we need to do. We need to start up another Facebook page with all the people who aren't going to this, who are smart enough to see what's going to happen, and so we can fucking laugh at their demise when they all get machine gunned to fuck in the middle of the desert, and then well, they've got their one. They can't stop us. They can't stop all of us, and we should entitle our page, Yes, They Fucking Can.
No, honestly, what I want to see is them actually storm Area 51 and just realize, oh, there's a few F-22 Raptors.
No.
We're all gonna
one
get-
of these
we're
days
all
we're
gonna
gonna
get
have to get
arrested.
together and do a stream about Dan Aykroyd because he's huge into like the paranormal and shit.
No. This is what happens, right? They all get to the perimeter fence, and as they roll in one big group, and as they're starting to move through the fence itself, you just hear this.
Oh no, honestly, they wouldn't waste the ammunition from an A-10
So,
or anything like that. They just
there
let them
are
run
a
right up to
bunch
the
of-
base and be like, there you go.
We'll get into the logistics of it, but I want to get into this article more because this article is just it's pure gold. It's pure gold, guys. According to the description, everyone will meet at the Area 51 Alien Center tourist attraction and coordinate our entry. Organizers recommend that the group runs in unison in the style of anime ninja Naruto Uzumaki, with their heads
called it.
forward and arms
Called
outstretched
it.
behind them. Yeah, so this is definitely a meme thing, but it's hilarious to read anyway. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. The event description says whether or not anyone takes the joke seriously and shows up on September 20th at the heavily guarded and closely surveilled site remains to be seen. Edwards Air Force Base in California, which administers Homey Airport, did not respond immediately to Newsweek's request for comment. The location of Area 51 is around 88 miles by road northwest of Las Vegas. The U.S. Air Force says Homey Airport is a flight testing facility for new aircraft rather. In 2015, the CIA released documents relating to Area 51 that was the first official confirmation of its existence. The same year, the CIA published a brief history of the controversial and mysterious Air Force site. It all okay. We don't need to read all this backstory and shit. But needless to say,
Basically, the CIA came out and said all the shit that we already knew, which was there's no aliens, it's for spy planes and stealth stuff to be tested and shit, and that's the reason why you can't go near it. Honestly, nowadays it's gotten to the point where they kind of need to just make it a fucking public park
yeah,
and just let the cunts just wander around.
They
Just
Tyler
let them waste
4chan
their
is
time.
at it again.
let's be honest. Whatever was at that airbase, since it's become highly publicized since the 1960s, I think was like the first time people started actually bringing it up in pop culture.
Oh, there's no way anything that's
right.
remotely classified is still.
Oh
at
no,
that location.
there still is. No, it's still a valid base because you still can't see shit from
Right.
near anywhere.
But the
right?
fact that
So
they'd have
you
any
can still test it there.
classified, the fact that they have any classified objects on base other than legitimate testing aircraft, that would be relatively low. I mean, they're gonna move that shit around, especially if people found out about it to a definite black site, to a black site where people wouldn't know existed.
Well, again, that's the thing. They might have an F-117 or a B-2 bomber or an F-22 or a Joint Strike Fighter. You know, crap we already
Or
know
some
about.
Raptors.
They're not gonna have frickin' aliens or anti-gravity
I mean,
technology.
they
or
could,
anything.
but
Like,
it's
no,
not like it. They could,
There's
but
no
it's not
no.
likely.
There's no way. No, there's no fucking way they're gonna have
but-
tech like that. There's no fucking way.
No, because they would have moved most, if not all of it, off base already. And then let's just talk about the logistics of getting onto an Air Force base. First, you have to get over the fence, which, depending on the budget that the base has, may or may not be electrified. Will definitely have barbed wire. Will definitely be a double fence. There definitely be more than one fence. There will definitely be walls, concrete walls that are hard to scale. That's just the outer perimeter. All right.
All right, and yeah, let's talk about actually trying to penetrate the base and get into any section that might house some, really classified shit. You're gonna have to get into the base. Do you think you're gonna just walk into a hangar? No.
Well, the thing
there's
of
gonna
it is-
be no. Well, real quick, there's gonna be clearances. You're gonna have to go through God knows how many secure checkpoints, and that shit's gonna be underground. It's probably not even housed there. There's no fucking way. Like,
Now, the thing with the security of that place is that fucking, like, it's got 10 times more security than what the fucking Pentagon does, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you go anywhere near the fence, they've already seen you for fucking miles. They know where you're going. They can see whereabouts you're going to head. They'll already have two guys in a fucking SUV sitting on the other side of the fence where you want to go with rifles saying, piss off.
Yeah.
In no uncertain terms.
they'll have a fucking,
You aren't even
they'll have a
getting
fucking
over the
chopper.
fence. You're
They'll
not
have
even
a fucking
getting to
chopper.
the
You won't
fence.
even know the damn thing's there. Hey, they'll have a fucking helicopter watching you with a fucking weapon trained on your ass
Yeah,
before you even
but-
get a mile within the perimeter.
But you won't even get over the fence. There will already be guys already there. They would have seen you coming. They'll come and intercept you. By the time you get actually up to the fence to physically touch it, they will already be out of the car, rifles drawn. Get the fuck out, piss off, go away. We know who you are. Don't care. Fuck off.
Yeah.
See you later.
Mr. Monopoly makes a good point. He says there's signs. There are a bunch of signs, actually. They're not just one sign, but there's a bunch of signs posted around the perimeter of the base, just like there are a bunch of signs posted around the perimeter of, if not all, most military bases. It says trespassers will be shot.
And I'm not entirely sure this could be a bit of bullshit, but I haven't actually ever confirmed this. But the Area 51, I'm pretty sure there are minefields around there too.
Yeah, there's there would most. Let me regroup here. There would most definitely be at least one minefield, and there would be warnings so that the government would be covering their ass. Danger, minefield.
Achtung, Minen!
And
He
also,
even
there's
said it in German to make it more scary.
And also, there's a lot of proving grounds and missile ranges and everything where they just do weapons testing. So
Oh
they don't
yeah,
want people
unexploded
just
ordnance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want people just wandering into it because
But
like
I
Farty
agree
said,
with Farty. They should just, because so many people know about it already, they should just decommission the site and just make it a tourist attraction.
Because, well, this is now getting into a position where it is now going to be dangerous, right? Okay, this is clearly a joke. They're saying it's a joke. But as we all know, Florida guy proves this point, and fucking lots of other cunts just like him, there is always going to be some dumb cunt that doesn't get the fucking joke and thinks she's fucking serious and is going to eat a fucking Tide Pod.
There's Florida
Now,
Man, there's Ice
Yep.
Cream Liquor, there's Tide Pod Boy.
Yep, now with the situation that we are talking about here, it doesn't matter whether it's a prank. No cunt's going to find this out until the cunt is dead. Right. So regardless of whether they were just harmlessly trying to prove their alien theory because they're just a fucking funny cunt on YouTube, is irrespective of the point. They can seriously, literally be killed doing this. That is how stupid it is.
If not killed,
So
then definitely arrested and imprisoned for at least 25 years.
Well, yeah, and it's now at the point to render the site safe. You've now got to remove its security status and all this, and just basically leave it open because you seriously can't secure the place now without fucking causing an incident by shooting some cunt.
Right, and everyone knows about it, and people are constantly trying to get into it. Like, I heard a story not too long ago of someone getting arrested for trying to breach the perimeter.
Oh, real quick, if so many people are focusing on Area 51, even Area 52, if you really do have some sort of technology or some sort of information that you wanna hide from the public that desperately, you're not putting it at Area 51. That makes no fucking sense. Like, if it were up to me,
which is not.
I would
thank
actually.
God.
No, I would take any information that I had. I'd put it into Mount Sinai. No
Yeah,
one's
that
gonna
is-
go near
that
that
is
because
a
they think it's a nuclear
huge-
dump.
No, it's a massive fucking bunker. We know
Yeah,
it's a massive
that's where I would put
fucking
it.
bunker.
Yeah, that's where I would put it. And again, no one's gonna want to go near that because that's where we put radioactive material. No one's gonna want to go near Mount Sinai, and you're never gonna get anywhere near it.
Well, that's the thing. You see, dumb cunts go to visit Chernobyl.
If I wanted to keep something secret, there is still the idea of hide it in plain sight, but the idea of a deterrent, put it somewhere where nobody is gonna want to go near it. Put it near Mount Sinai. Let them continue to talk about Area 51, Area 52. That's fine. Cheyenne Mountain, Mount Sinai. That's where I would hide it. I would hide it there, and I would hide it a quarter mile underground, and no one's gonna be any wiser.
Dade is in the chat. How's it going, Dade? He says he wants to see 250,000 people do the Naruto run and get shot by military.
Well, see, that's the thing. They've already the conspirators have already cottoned onto the whole. There's more than one Area 51 type of fucking dealio thing, and there's even stories about with supposedly fucking gigantic bases underground in America, and they've actually got civilizations of two different types of aliens. There's the greens and the greys, and the greys are the bad guys, and the greens are the good guys, and all this. And I was actually going to write into this magazine I was reading, and I was actually going to bullshit myself as like a US Air Force major or something like this. Yeah, I actually was the one that was working on the construction of that place, and yeah, it's just filling full of fucking bullshit.
I mean,
but yeah, no.
In all honesty, it wouldn't have taken you much to transfer into the U.S. military when you were active duty. I mean, all you would have had to have done was pass the citizenship
Become an American
test.
citizen.
Yeah, that's all you would have had to done, and they would have like, oh, you're this rank in the Australian military. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I was just going to fuck with their head. So, but they've already still got that, it's like, oh, well, we already know that they've moved it out of Area 51, so even if you open the gates and let us in, we're still not going to believe you. And that's how conspiracy theorists think.
Goatman
Yeah,
says, beware goats and lizard people are in cahoots.
Oh, here's the thing about Area 51 and 52. They've already told you what those facilities are for. That they're for testing experimental airframe. They're military Air Force bases, specifically experimental airframes. Well, what do you expect to actually find? And assuming you don't get shot trying to infiltrate the actual space itself, a Raptor, the Joint Strike Fighter. What are you gonna find? You're not gonna find aliens. I can tell you that much.
Fucking Dade. He says, let's be fair. If a female gray alien asked me to anal probe her, I would. It'd be a nice change from when they do it to me. Mr. Monopoly says, why not hide the alien shit at Ralt's house? No one will go near Ralt's.
Nobody wants to hide anything near Ralts' house. You're a dead man if you do that.
Yeah, right. Mr. Monopoly says Mount Sinai has the Ark of the Covenant in it. Cthulhu says, I can't talk about conspiracies. I'll get in trouble.
Actually, the Ark of the Covenant might be something interesting to talk about at some future point. I don't believe it's in Mount Sinai, though. I would actually argue it's probably somewhere
I don't believe
in.
it exists. But...
Yeah, same.
I believe it exists, but I don't think it's what we think it is. It's probably as much of a religious artifact as the wooden goblet that we consider to be some sort of
You mean the
religious.
Holy Grail? The
Yeah,
Holy Grail. Yeah. Okay, look, if a Holy Grail did exist, it would have been made out of wood. It wasn't silver, it wasn't gold, it wasn't jewel encrusted. It would have been made out of fucking wood, and it was a wooden cup. Do you think that would have fucking lasted 2,000 plus years?
Kinda, yeah.
Do you think that the Nazis would have found it and they're still
No,
hoarding it?
It could be petrified wood, and chances are it's actually probably sitting somewhere in the Middle East.
Fucking Goatman. Maybe they really, Goatman says maybe they really want anal probes, or maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. God.
Mr.
Fucking
Monopoly says
Goatman.
the Ark is with top men. Top men.
The Ark.
yes.
The Ark is with
Actually-
men on top.
You know what? If I really bought into the Ark of the Covenant thing, if it were me, and we did have the Ark of the Covenant, and we were trying to do whatever it is we're trying to do, I would have that bitch on Antarctica.
Date says, you know what they hide in Area 51 and Hangar 18? It's the chewing gum wrapper with the mystery universe solving stuff that Lex Luthor knows from Superman 1.
Oh, I thought it was the fucking collar from the cat from the first Men in Black movie.
Mr. Monopoly says, come on, you guys, it's Carpenter's Cup. Haven't you seen The Last Crusade? The what?
Yeah, it's a wooden carpenter's cup. The cup of a carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to believe the existence of Tengu in fucking Japan than I am.
Giant Japanese crow monsters.
Yeah, I would be more inclined to believe that than the fucking Ark of the Covenant.
I could see it. Mutant crows. Mr. Monopoly said is made from alabaster. I don't.
Hell, dude, even the fucking Rougarou or the Rake or the Wendigos, I believe that shit before I believe the Ark of the Covenant or the Holy Grail.
Yeah, I need to see it personally. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I just don't believe in it.
I'd rather believe that there's actually a hot vampire slayer somewhere out there in the world.
They're all ugly, right?
Actually, I will openly admit, I do believe, I don't know if it's Rougarou or Wendigo, Skinwalker, or whatever. I can tell you, here in Virginia, back in some of the woods that me and my friends are around, I heard a noise that elicited a irrational fear. That's the only way I can describe it. I've heard.
I can describe
I've
it.
heard.
I can sum it up for you. You ready? Doku, a big pussy.
Yeah,
Actually,
you can
these
say
these
what you
cunts.
want.
They,
Real quick. You can no, real quick. You can.
hurry up.
I hate to cut. Yeah,
Fucking hurry
I'll
up.
Just
hurry
get
up.
it out of
I'll
your
hurry
mouth,
up, mother.
Doku, you fucking slag.
If you motherfuckers stop fucking talking, I'll
Hurry
fucking
up!
tell ya. Yeah, no, I can tell you it was a noise. I've heard screech owls. I've heard all sorts of fucking noises. This is the only noise I've ever heard that has elicited an irrational fear that made not only me but all 4 of my friends run like little fucking bitches. It was utterly fucking terrifying. What it was, I don't know. But I'm telling you, there's definitely some shit out there that is scary. And I'm telling you, it wasn't a fucking screech owl. It wasn't a fucking bird. It wasn't a fucking raccoon. It wasn't a fucking fox. It was just the reaction of you either run or you die. That's the only way to describe it.
Well, yeah, getting back to this Area 51 thing, what might they find? You know, it would be fucking hilarious. Ryan Johnson, fucking pay attention. This is how you subvert expectations with this shamalama ding-a-dong fucking style twist. They break into the airbase, they actually get down to the hangars and all this kind of stuff. They make their way to Hangar 18, they open the doors and they find a
Nothing.
single piece of paper in the middle of the floor. And then they
Gotcha,
walk up
bitch.
to it. And then they turn their torch on and they see, I did 9/11, George W. Bush. Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
Couple chats, guys. Dade says another thing you can find at Hangar 18 and Area 51 is a Colonel's Secret Herbs and Spices.
I always
Monopoly-
wanted some good CBD oil.
Mr. Monopoly says, you do have Chaos Guy that lives in Virginia, Doku. Scarfy says, it was me. He was the sound you heard. Mr.
That's the Chaos God. It was fucking Scarfy confirmed.
Yep, there you go. Mr. Monopoly says, was it Sasquatch? Dade says, I do know it's a pretty amazing planet we live on, and a man would have to be some kind of fool to think that we're alone in the universe. No, I firmly believe that, you know, there's got to be something going on out there bigger than us. Like, I don't believe life is an accident, but I don't believe it was guided by anything, if that makes any fucking sense. Like, I believe that the way the universe works is very mechanical, and it does
chaos theory.
If you look at a very specific way.
No, if you look at chaos theory, things might seem chaotic from the eye of somebody who only lived 40, 50, even 100 years. Given enough time, something that seems chaotic is actually orderly. It just takes a really, really long time to understand that the way the universe works is actually not chaotic.
Alright,
It's indeed very, very... It's very, very orderly.
We're starting to get very what's the word I'm looking for?
Boring.
Yeah, there you go. We're starting to get intellectually stupid, is how I like to describe it. I got nothing else for the rest of the show, guys.
We're losing the punters.
We are. Anyone got anything they want to bring up? Okay. Farty's lost his lunch. Wait,
Deep in the weeds. Deep in the weeds. Oh, where's Dodge?
He's probably...
You didn't get it.
He's probably filleting himself to the fact that the Dodgers will never win the World Series.
No, it's just someone mentions deep in the weeds and I start thinking of Dodge.
Oh, okay.
Deep in the weeds. Weed. He smokes weed. Get it? Fuck it, never mind. Fuck you too.
I don't get it, Farty. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. I apologize. But much like a terrible Tinder date, I think this stream is over. Unless you guys have something you want to talk about.
Hmm.
We could talk the Jeffrey Epstein thing, I guess. That got brought up on the chat just now. Mr. Monopoly said Epstein got caught with his pants down. Yeah, so did Bill Clinton.
Yeah. What do you?
So
what do
did
you
Harvey
think's gonna
Weinstein.
happen? What do you think's gonna happen with that?
Fucked if I know. Yeah, I think we're gonna mosey, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join Creepy Little Book, who's going to be going live in about an hour's time here.
Too good to come on this bloody show, though.
He comes on once in a while. He comes on when he doesn't work once in a while.
Or is it just me then?
I think it's just you. And I will be joining. I will be joining Pete et al. On the stream. I think tomorrow over on his channel. At 1:30 Eastern Time a.m. For their show. I'm not going to tell you guys what it's about. That's his job to do, but it should be fun. And we hope to see you guys then. Doku, what do we tell him?
Well, we tell them fuck the critics, fuck the Twitter, and fuck all the other little bitch-ass assholes that... Yeah, you don't like my opinion. Yeah, I don't care a fuck about your opinion. Go fuck yourself.
Sounded like Towley.
Also-
Hey, you wanna smoke
also-
some weed?
You want to smoke some weed, guys? Also, if you haven't taken your 42 drinks yet from that garbage ass article that we led off with, get going.
Hey, you wanna get fucked up? Imbibe them 42 drinks now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. And please stay metal.
I want to rip YouTube in the commentary video.
All right, we'll rip people a new one. All right, I guess we're still doing this, folks.
Alrighty.
I'm glad you didn't go anywhere because Doku got a bug in his butthole.
Oh, are we actually doing this?
Doku's got a bug in his butthole.
Cthulhu asks,
I
Cthulhu
didn't
shall
say-
receive. Hey, brother, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to fucking answer a comment here, mate. Fucking, Jesus fucking Christ, he just fucking asked me to fucking do something. You don't fucking talk over you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes. Anyway, he just wanted me to do an impression.
about, sir?
He just wanted me to do an
talking about?
Shut the fuck up! He just wanted me to do an impression of an
Oh,
Avo.
no.
There you go, Cthulhu.
Okay, wait, Cthulhu, I thought you were doing Gilbert Godfrey.
Cthulhu says, talk about how Yakuza 6 is the best Yakuza. No, because I've never played Yakuza.
And it's not Korean either, it's
actually-
Japanese, so Yakuza is not best Yakuza.
I actually want that game. I'm not gonna lie.
Scarfy says to anyone opening the Ark of the Covenant, stop trying to look at my porn stash.
Daddy, no!
Dade says, Dear Mr. Cotter, please excuse Epstein from class. He was busy touching little kids inappropriately. Signed, Epstein's mother. Oh my god.
Oh,
Cthulhu
Oh,
says
that's
he did it.
bad, and I love it.
All right, Doku.
You did it.
You have rants, so go ahead and go on your
Yeah.
fucking rant.
All right, you know what? I do fucking have rants. So you know what, geeks and gamers, fucking Doomcock, everybody else who's fucking bitching about fucking Disney, My Little Mermaid, and fucking The Last Jedi, and this and that. You're the same motherfuckers that keep giving them fucking money, you fucking two-faced assholes. Why do you fucking sit there and bitch and moan and whine and complain 24/7? Make a shit ton of views, make a shit ton of money, sitting there fucking talking about how garbage Disney is, which, don't get me wrong, Disney is fucking garbage. Marvel is garbage, Vertigo is garbage, DC is garbage, Warner Brothers is garbage, Hollywood itself is fucking garbage, but you sit there, bitch, moan, and complain and whine about it 24/7, but what the fuck do you do? You do the same shit the fucking Access Media does, and fucking bitch, moan, whine, and complain while you give them your fucking money and your fucking attention. If you want to actually fucking stick by your guns, and I'm not even gonna say boycott, boycott Home Depot, boycott Disney. No, I don't give a fuck about your goddamn boycott. If you really actually give a shit, if you actually gave a fuck, don't give these fucking people attention. I'm sticking with Nurgle on this one. Stop doing hashtag this gate, hashtag that gate, hashtag Disney, hashtag that. Just stop. Don't give them fucking attention. You're giving them exactly what the fuck they want. You are feeding the fucking problem. And sure as shit, stop giving them fucking money. You have no fucking room to bitch, moan, whine, and complain if you are feeding into the fucking problem, and I know exactly why the fuck you're doing it. And don't get me wrong, I still follow these people. I still watch them. I agree with their opinions for the most part. But you don't have room to bitch, moan, whine, and complain if you are also profiting and increasing your own fucking optics because you're bitching about the fucking goddamn ineptness of these fucking SJW goddamn pandering piece of shit companies, because the only thing keeping them afloat right now are people like you. The SJWs don't fucking buy anything. They don't fucking go watch the movies. They don't fucking sit there and run garbage tier articles on fucking Bleeding Cool and the Mary Sue. The majority of the fucking attention they get is from people like you. And you're fucking feeding into it.
All right, Doku.
You're fucking feeding into it. It's time to fuck stop.
All right,
if you
Doku.
can't fucking no, I'm almost done, but give me a fucking chance. No, give me a fucking chance to finish. Give me a fucking chance to finish. If you can't fucking see that you are also part of the problem because you are giving these fucking companies that are garbage tier bullshit, diversity, fucking piece of crap, let me destroy your childhood, soulless pit media conglomerates, the fucking attention that they need to stay afloat. All right, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't fucking sit here and pretend that you're not also part of the fucking problem. Because you are. You are probably a bigger reason they're able to stay afloat as opposed to fucking the Mary Sue writing some garbage tier article about misogyny.
Okay, Doku.
There's my...
Okay. Let's see. Dade says Disney is hashtag shit I don't care about. Goatman says fapping intensifies. Dade wants to know when the next drinking game is. It'll be Saturday. We're gonna move it to Saturday for a while, only because it works out better for Doku and I. So yeah, we don't know what we're doing yet, but we do know it will be Saturday, same time as normal. It'll be 11 p.m. Central Time.
Is Dudley Murphy secretly the AVGN incognito?
No, I don't think he is.
Because he drinks Rolling Rock too.
Yeah.
Pretty patriotically.
Yeah, I guess.
We have a secret celebrity in the chat, Mannequin.
If James Raltz wanted to come on and do our show, I'd be down for it. We can talk some
I would-
Godzilla shit. I would love to have him on talk Godzilla.
Mm.
Just listen to him talk all fucking night long about Godzilla.
I just
Who
like
doesn't,
to.
who doesn't
I just
fucking love Godzilla?
I'd just like to use him as counselling for my pain of how bad the Commodore 64 traumatized me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it attack you?
It didn't make me happy.
Show me on the
It burned it
dried
with the-
apple doll where it touched you, Farty.
It
burned
wasn't
it
me.
with atomic breath.
It wasn't the computer that was doing the touching. It was the bloody computer games manufacturers was selling us shit that didn't work, and they knew it.
So
It was herpes.
that it wasn't the console itself; it were the games that did the inappropriate touching.
Mm.
This is why you don't blow the cartridges. That's how you get herpes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna say this once and only once: buy American.
So you don't get herpes?
Exactly. Well, I mean, you might
Don't
get
buy
herpes.
African.
You might get herpes, but don't buy African. You'll definitely get malaria.
No, you get AIDS.
Oh. Wait, I thought that was Ebola.
Ebola.
What the fuck?
You get AIDS
Do you
and
have-
Ebola.
Do you have the Ebola?
You get AIDS Ebola.
Do you know the way?
You get the Ebola for the way.
Do you have the AIDS? You do not have the AIDS.
You do not have the AIDS. You have the super AIDS.
Yes.
It could be like
Better cheeks. Let me show you the way.
it could be like in that episode of oh, the fuck's it called, the Spaceballs cartoon, where they made E. Cola, where it was like E. coli and avian flu and Ebola all mixed into soda. And then you got fucking Barf going, E. cola, E. cola, E. cola, the whole fucking episode like a fucking zombie, and they like put crack in it to make it super addictive. He couldn't stop fucking drinking about it. Goatman says, I learned about sex on the Commodore 64. Aw, how I missed 8 games. What was it? Custer's Revenge was like the most popular one.
Oh, I had this French one. Then there was Samantha Fox Strip Poker.
Yeah.
That was another one. Fuck, what else is there?
Oh no! If you're gonna talk about fucking 8-bit porn games, dude, fucking Lara Croft with the triangle titties in the original Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Everybody
you're an
liked those
idiot.
triangle titties. Tell me I'm wrong. The fucking triangle titties.
Oh, I had to tell you
Everybody-
were wrong about something, and I forgot what it was, you fucking prick.
Well, now it's triangle titties apparently.
No, it was something else. You said something right before we started talking about the fucking Area 51 thing. And I'm like, I'll tell you why you're wrong about this after the article.
Area 52.
No. What
Sinai
was it?
Mountain?
What the fuck was it? What? Can anyone in the chat remind me what the fuck I said? Cause I'm losing my mind, man. I wanna fucking dig on you a little bit. And why the fuck
Good.
is this thing recording? Why is this stop recording, OBS? You weren't told to record. Stop it.
It's OBS. It's OBS. What the fuck do you
I
expect?
swear to fucking God, I'm gonna sell this computer because it's haunted.
It's Zuckerberg.
It is. It totally is.
Oh no, you're gonna have to ship your computer off to Area 53.
Womp womp.
Wow, wow.
Hey, that one fell harder than fucking Oksana Bayul.
Didn't fall hard on that balls.
Okay, that one fell harder than fucking
There it is. Wow, wow.
Shut up, Doku.
Never.
Honk honk.
Talking about the Commodore 64, Temple OS is basically a 64-bit version of it. Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me. You all need to go bug fucking Lord Nurgle. I want him to play fucking Turok 2 Seeds of Evil.
Oh god, that game was fucking terrible.
No, that game was amazing.
No, it
but
was
annoying
fucking
as fuck.
Terrible. No, you're a fucking retard, Doku. We're gonna end on that
Oh.
note, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no,
Doku-
fuck you. Turok 2 was awesome.
Doku's a retard. Thanks for watching. Stay metal, guys. We're pulling a Disney. This is the third time that we're going just because.
Well, I used to do that in my videos at one point there, because like the average view time was about 15 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's about the time where the goldfish get bored and then they fuck off. So if I really wanted to sort of say something that like I didn't want like 9/11 truthers to hear or anything like that, I just start waffling on for about a minute of the other day I was just anyway. Now the goldfish have fucked off. Now I can tell you what this video is all about.
All right, so that's a good point to make. But any website that loads fucking video into the fucking page as soon as you load the fucking page up, you need to rot in hell. All right? You need to swallow a big dick, choke on it, and fucking die and rot in hell. But here's a story coming from Farty's neck of the woods, ladies and gentlemen. Gender reveals are becoming popular in social media, but one Gold Coast parent-to-be is going viral for all the wrong reasons. Not only was he left red-faced after the stunt backfired spectacularly, he was also fined $1,000. I'm assuming Aussie dollars. Which is like...
Dollary dues.
Yeah. Which is like $200,000 American. I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Wait. He got fined $1,000 for...
He was fined $1,000.
What?
Just
Yeah, it's
I'm
almost
getting to
basically about $3,200 in
Yeah.
American.
Hey guys, have a penis.
I'm
You
getting
get
to
fined
it.
$1,000.
I'm getting to it. Doku, shut your dick holster. Footage shows the moment a
I
car
don't wanna.
fitted with special smoking tires, spelled TIY or TYRES, because that's the way you guys do it, I guess, caught
Mhm.
fire on a rural road at Norwell, about 25 kilometers or about 37 miles, I think, is the right. I could be wrong. But 25 kilometers north of Surfer's Paradise. There's an actual town called Surfer's Paradise.
Yeah, it's actually a bloody big city.
Wow.
It's a fucking huge tourist attraction. It's on the Gold Coast.
I
How many
guess.
tents do you guys have?
Hey?
Um,
How many what?
How many tents do you guys have?
What do you mean tents?
oh my God, Doku quit being a dick. The driver was attempting a burnout to release the blue smoke to share the news the couple was expecting a baby boy, but the gender reveal attempt failed in a massive way. In the drone video, filmed in April, blue smoke can be seen billowing out from under the Holden Commodore. I don't know what a Holden Commodore is, but whatever.
It's a very popular car around here. It's a fast
Okay.
car. Actually, yeah, no. It's the Chevrolet GTO. Was it no PTO? Something like that.
Okay, so it's basically
Uh,
rebranded
Bon-
Chevy.
It's
Yeah.
a GTO.
No. Actually, it's actually an Australian car that you Yanks fucking went and said, "Hang on, we need a car with some sophistication. Yeah, let's call the Australians."
God.
Onlookers
it's,
watched and cheered close by as the vehicle skidded across the country road. But in a matter of seconds, the car became engulfed in flames, quickly replacing the blue color with plumes of gray smoke. The spectators helped free the driver from the burning vehicle, who has since been fined $1,000 for the stunt and disqualified for driving for 6 months. He had his license revoked. So I firmly
Well then.
believe that fucking gender reveal is the dumbest shit ever. All right, it's fucking pure idiocy. And the only reason people do it is so they can avoid having a fucking baby shower and leaving their husband left out. Oh my, it's so evil and terrible. Fuck you. Have a baby shower like your fucking parents did, you fucking dumb cunts.
Ed, I have a more important question. Why do I care about the genitalia of your child? No one fucking cares. Hey, go
It's a
go
social
run
media
along.
thing. It's a social media thing so that
And
dumb,
it's
vapid,
stupid.
stupid fucking people can get together and go, oh, this will be cool on my social media page. I'm going to get so many likes because I need the numbers and the addiction.
What?
Fuck you.
It's dumb. Don't ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to have a child. How many of you care whether it's a boy or who cares?
All I care about is, do I get to drop kick it after it's born?
Yeah,
If the answer's no,
hey,
fucking move on.
congratulations, you had a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
congratulations, you had a child. I don't fucking. You did the wonderful fucking biological.
job. You have fulfilled your biological
Ness.
imperative. Congratulations, you jackass.
Yeah, you have propagated the species. You have procreated. Whether it's a boy or a girl, I don't care. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did your biological purpose. Yay.
Good. Now fucking
Do you
hang
want a cookie?
yourself and give that child a real home.
Yeah,
Fuck
don't get me
me.
wrong. Yes. Please. We should procreate. I don't want the species to die, but it's nothing to fucking celebrate.
No, the species
you had.
should die. We should celebrate the dying of the human race.
No,
But
screw
anyway,
that.
yeah, so
I
more-
want the species
Hold on.
to continue.
No, Farty, go ahead.
Yeah, more fun for the audience in regards to this story is it's even funnier when you realise that this being rural Queensland, that means that they're not really near a town and their fire truck is a fair ways away and most likely operated by volunteers who probably aren't at the station at the time, which means that there's at least an 8 minute sort of wait before the truck actually leaves the station to attend the call. And that's at the end of this video where you see everybody just sort of walking away as if fuck it. That's because because they've realised, yes, by the time the truck gets out here, that car is gone.
Yeah.
Well, at least we got bull sharks.
So not only was he fined $1,000, but the car itself
lost the
probably
car.
cost like what, 50 grand?
It was, oh well, it's a fairly large indeterminate amount because, well, I don't know off the top of my head what a brand new Commodore would cost you nowadays, but those things there's so many mod up packages for them. So there's like your HSV kit, your Club Sport kit, and then there's all these other different kits you can put on it, and all the other modification shit you can do to the engine. So
packages.
So he could have spent anywhere up to fucking $60,000 fucking dollars on the damn thing.
Yeah, and that's Australian money. That's like $60,000 is like close to 100,000 US.
Something like that.
Yeah.
No, it would be, you said it was a Holden?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it was a V8, that would be around like $80,000 US.
Like I said, it'd be close to 100,000 US.
Now,
Close to.
Yeah, that would
it could
be
be
like
anywhere up to a 6-litre V8 in that thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like a okay, the equivalent for all you
It would
the
be like buying a
Americans, that
Maserati. Like a cheap Maserati.
No, that would be more like an SRT Challenger.
Yeah, or a cheap Maserati, or like a very, very, very entry level Alfa Romeo.
No, Maseratis are still more expensive.
Not the super entry level things.
Well, there's a fun fact about these cars, right? Is they've always been made to go fast. Like no shit, these things are like we've got a race, the V8 supercars, and it's pretty much just between two
What's
companies,
the-
Ford and Holden.
What's the 0 to 60 on those?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but yeah, pretty much we've got the American sort of rationale to it. A stupid amount of fucking balls and horsepower, a shit ton of fucking straight line speed and off the mark, but yeah, you can't take corners for shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
so they were getting into, like, around the late 80s, early 90s, the VN and VP Commodores, the VN and VP models, and these were, like, I used to love these because they looked good. They were built off an Opel, which is a German car.
Yeah, I know what the Opel is. It's a defunct line now, but
it was a really good looking car at the time,
GT,
and they,
my God, that was a car to come for. Whew.
but these things used to fucking hoon, right? And they came out with a V8, and then the standard was a Chrysler V6. The thing is, though, these cars were so fucking light, it's not bloody funny. So you got this gigantic V6 pulling around fucking zero weight, and in actual fact, the highway patrol coppers at the time used to use the V6s over the V8s because the lighter engine actually made it go quicker. But anyway,
Godzilla.
now the reason why they were so fast was because they were so light, and that's because they removed so much out of the bodywork and the frame chassis and all this kind of stuff. Right. So much so that the side windows were an integral part of the structure. If you wound the window, no shit, you wound the windows down and you pick the VN or a VP up with a forklift, either end, it'll snap in half.
Holy shit!
No kidding.
Wow.
That's the thing about Holdens. If you're talking about one of the more recent models that has the supercharged V8, you're talking about a car that's a full-size sedan that can do 0 to 60 in the low 4 or 5 second range.
Yeah.
They're fucking monsters.
Yeah.
But you don't want to wreck one because you're gonna die.
So, that's basically that's a standard family car in Australia, pretty much.
So basically, this story, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason to stop doing gender reveals. All right, they're just gonna keep being stupider and stupider, and then someone's gonna die.
Especially if you're using a car that weighs the same amount as a Honda Accord, but you have 500 horsepower, 8-cylinder supercharged engine dropped in it.
Yeah, you got to remember
too. Basically, what a Holden is.
That little tiny car has fucking twice the horsepower of one of the 9-ton trucks I used to drive.
Yeah, I can believe it. But we're gonna finally get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next time.